Hey everybody, welcome back. We are watching Game of Thrones. We're on season 6, episode 2, and this one is called Home. I don't know whose home we're going to. That's a little too broad. Maybe that relates to Sansa, although the Boltons have Winterfell, so maybe it doesn't. There's too many homes. So I'm not sure who that applies to. I just wrapped up the other one, so I'm not going to bother doing it on this one. So we're just going to go ahead and get straight into it. I do have some orange salad and about 15 minutes left for me to eat. So I'm going to eat those real quick and some cheese stick. And so you'll see me munching on those. All right, let's get into it. I think I saw Bran in the thumbnail there. We might get to see him. Speaking of crows. Oh, that's right. There was an old man under the tree. Has he been training Bran?
So are you.
Oh, that's the Maester from the very first season. Their original Maester, right?
Hold on.
Where's Mira?
So are we going to find out what happened to Hodor? Or Willis? Oh, that's right. Her brother died,
Always Hodor.
saving them.
His real name is Willis.
Is that somebody?
Brandon Stark needs you.
I sit in there and I watch him have his visions and nothing ever happens.
She sounds like Ari.
Nobody needs to die tonight.
It's showtime. Something's going to happen. Is that the giant? Yep. Yep, he's dead. Well, that was anticlimactic. So a second episode, we're getting the actor's body.
Well, you all know me, you know I wouldn't lie about this.
Braggers will be braggers. Usually they don't have much to brag about. The mountain. And now he can't brag. He's relieved.
You would spill blood in this holy place.
Well, the gods won't mind. They spill more blood than the rest of us combined.
Truth.
Go on then. Every one of us is poor and powerless. And yet together, we can overthrow an empire.
Well, you just told how to break up the religiosity. Somebody spying. It always does all these weird camera angles. You can't tell if somebody's spying or not.
Can't very well let the dragons starve, that's obvious.
If a dragon does not want to eat, how do you force him to eat?
Dragons do not do well in captivity.
I was going to say, let them go.
That's what I do. They have affection for their friends and fury for their enemies. I am their friend.
Do they know that?
They will. It's time they had their supper.
Because he's going to go with Sunday. Well, if they eat him, let Daenerys know that he sacrificed himself for her dragons. We're going to see a flame. He's brave. You got to give him that. I hear some growling, purring. Can't tell. I see an eye or two. He's got some big balls. How does he convince them to let him unlock them?
I'm friends with your mother. Don't eat the help.
You think they were laughing?
Everyone laughed like it was the funniest thing they'd ever heard.
He
When
is
my father
chuckling.
told me,
Hold your neck out. There you go. Good boy. He's shocked. He's like, they are smart. Is he going to lead them out?
next time I have an idea like that, punch me in the face.
Are they going to leave the door open? She's back.
What's your name?
So I don't think it's part of the ruse. I think Ari did go blind. Alright, so it wasn't a ruse. Part of her punishment.
You'd unite every house in the north against us.
We
Mm-hmm.
don't need every house in the north.
Lady Walder has given birth. A boy. Red-cheeked and healthy.
My
Aw.
congratulations, Lord Bolton.
So sad, Ramsay.
Thank you for saying that. It means a great deal to me.
I was going to say, is he going to kill him? The way he said that, I was like, he's getting rid of him. He's got a lot of traitors going on. The end of last season, this season, so far, and we're only on episode 2.
Poisoned by our enemies.
Is he going to kill his baby brother? He's at the very least going to kill the baby. If he gets his hands on it.
May I hold him?
No.
Of course.
Follow me, Mother.
He's going to kill them both. He's going to feed them to the dogs. He's a despicable human being. If you can call him human. Despicable.
She wasn't exactly dressed like a lady. No, she wouldn't be.
At least Sansa's smart enough to know that much.
I'll tell him the truth about Bran and Rickon.
Rickor.
I can never make amends to your family for the things I've done. They'll keep you safer than I ever could.
Are we getting rid of Theon?
You're not coming with us?
I wouldn't mind that.
Where will you go?
Home.
Oh, there's the title. Why would he want to go home after his father abandoned him, though? Or does he mean that home? Does he mean somewhere else?
Now shut your mouth and obey, or I will make another heir who will.
Are we going to have another death? No, maybe she doesn't have to kill him. Maybe he's just going to die in this weather.
Haven't I always, brother?
He said brother, but I can't tell who that is.
I am the storm, brother. The first storm and the last.
He's going to kill him.
And you're in my way.
Another death.
Perhaps you'll be the first woman in history to rule the Ironborn. And perhaps not.
So, could be her, could be Theon if he really does go back to this home. Could be the brother.
Do you know of any magic that could help him? Bring him back.
If you want to help him, leave him be.
Can it be done?
A life for a life.
With this power. I met a man who came back from the dead, but the priest who did it shouldn't have been possible.
But it was. It could be, now.
So, she's talking about the men without banners.
Fuck them, then. Fuck all of them. I'm not a devout man.
Davos just wants the magic.
7 gods, drowned gods, tree gods, it's all the same.
Although the guy who died in the cave, they didn't trade a life for a life with him, so maybe they don't have to trade a life. And this is what Ari was learning, cleansing the body. Which, since he hasn't turned into a White Walker yet, which I don't understand all the laws with that. Yeah, this is the same ritual that Ari was learning. We're cutting Kit Harington's hair. Now, the people that she was grooming didn't awaken right away. They carried them off someplace else. What if they all started repeating it? I couldn't tell if his head moved. I think it's just the fire shadows dancing that made it look like his head moved. Is Davos going to give it a chant? Is he going to wake up alone in there with the wolf? Yep, he's waking up with the wolf. Yay, we have Jon back. I had a feeling when we saw him in that first episode, they wouldn't have just brought him back just to show him dead. So, although we always say we need to see the body, although they did show the death, so it would have been acceptable if they would have left him dead, but I just got suddenly hot too. Ugh. It's weird weather. We're supposed to get ice tonight, about half an inch of ice and about up to 6 inches of snow, I think was the last report. That was this morning. I don't know what they said this afternoon, but it's been warm enough. It's been in the 50s outside, so I turned off the heat in the bedroom, turned off the heat in the kitchen. So this room is the only room that has heat on right now. But even with this room being the only room with heat, it's still too hot. So, but if I turn it down, I'm going to freeze. So, I hate getting old. So, the red woman, Melisandre, lost her faith, but she disrobed and was looking at herself in that mirror or stone. I couldn't tell if I don't think it was supposed to be a mirror, but it was a reflective surface. She was looking at herself in a reflective surface, and we saw the old woman, which seemed like that was her true nature. But yet, then when we see her again in this episode, she's back to her youthful looking self. So, is that just how she thought of herself, maybe? Since she lost faith, if she'd lost faith, then she wouldn't think that she could keep herself looking young, right? And would know that she looked young again because Davos isn't going, "What the hell happened to you?" So I'm a little confused by that. And by the time you guys see this, I may have figured it out. I don't know. But I'm confused by all of that. Of course, her little chanting worked. She was talking about the ritual of the men with banners. I think I can't remember if she was in the cave when we witnessed what they did when Ari was there, but they didn't do all of the grooming and stuff. They did just the chanting. The priest did just the chanting. But Ari and at the House of Black and White, they do all that grooming and then they carry them off somewhere else. I can't remember if we saw them chanting over the bodies after the grooming there. Maybe, but I can't remember. So it seemed like she combined those two things together. And although she thought she failed, she didn't. It worked. And Davos is kind of correct in what he said to her. If there is a higher power out there, it's one or multi powers that is represented in all the different religions. So whether it's a single god or a multi god system, bottom line being if there is a god out there, then they all kind of represent that god or whatever you want to call it. And then it's each different religion's interpretations of things, interpretations of events, interpretations of writings, that we get the different denominations, religions and denominations. Because even in Christianity, we've got all the different denominations within that. It's a very broad category. So Davos was right in that respect. Screw them all. If there is a God, it's all the same. If you've seen it happen, then it doesn't matter who you're praying to, as long as you do whatever the magics are that get the event done or the deed done. So John is back. So this will be interesting. Since we've had him the last two episodes, I could see them skipping episode 3 and making us wait till episode 4 to see everybody's reaction. That would be the cliffhanger, right? So I don't know if we'll get to see what happens in the next episode or not. And I won't know until another week or 2 weeks, depending on when I get This Is Spinal Tap. Ari has been accepted back. And actually, when the woman turned into him, I was trying to remember if when he drank the poison and fell to his own death, she kept pulling masks off, didn't she? And the final face was the woman's face, maybe. That's kind of vaguely what I'm kind of remembering. I think he wasn't the one that actually died, but they they do become anyone. So it's just proof that you can't trust what you see and all of that anyhow. So I don't know. Sansa is trusting in Brienne, and she said goodbye to Theon. Theon said he's heading home, whether that's to the Ironborn castle or not, I don't know. But apparently his sister's not guaranteed to rule. Apparently the Ironborn vote or whatever to say who is going to be their next king or queen. So it could be his sister, it could be Theon, it could be the brother that pushed Idiot off the bridge. I don't think we've met the brother, and I was trying to look and see if I saw him there at the funeral, and I couldn't tell if he was there. So I don't know if she knows that her uncle's there. I'm assuming that's where Theon is headed because I don't know where else he would call home. I don't think he would call Winterfell home. I don't think he would go back there knowing that Ramsay's there waiting to tear him apart. We had Ramsay kill his father, and I think what we're going to see is that dynasty fall because as impulsive and as ruthless and all that he is impulsive. So he's not being strategic in stuff that he does. Even though he's won some battles, I don't think he's going to win the war. He's just a despicable person. He doesn't deserve to win the war. I was trying to remember what else we've had in that episode. We had Bran. So Bran has been studying with the three-eyed crow, the old man. The old man looks familiar, and I'm not sure if I'm recognizing him from this series or if I'm recognizing him from another show. So I'll have to look up when I'm doing the editing who he is and where I might know him from. I know the one Grand Maester that was at Winterfell when Bran was there as a boy. He was killed by Theon. So I know it's not that one. But I was thinking we saw the three-eyed crow Maester at Winterfell, or maybe we saw him at Castle Black. I don't know now. Is that everything? I think that's everything. I can't think of anything else. So, all right. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.